pathetic are you, Julian? You can't keep Louise and Sheridan apart.
Well, of course I can, as long as you hang tough for Ethan's sake and keep your yap shut. Sheridan can never know that Father hired a man to impersonate Louise. My poor trusting sister must go on believing that Louise never cared about her. He only used her to get back at the Cranks.
It wouldn't matter if I told Sheridan the truth or not. She and Louise will be together.
Well, I don't see how.
You honestly don't get it, do you? Louise, what are you doing here?
I had to see you. We have unfinished business.
If this has to do with the youth center, I've already finished serving my time.
This isn't about the youth center. I'm here as a cop.
What? Are you here to arrest me for slapping you? And what are the charges? Assaulting an officer?
Sam wants me to close the file on the Martin Fitzgerald imposter case. So I need you to sign the statement. Besides, I know you didn't slap me because I'm a cop. You were angry at me because of something I did to you. Something personal.
You got that right.
Well, what the hell did I do? I still don't know. What you were about to tell me at the youth center, and then the lights went out, and by the time I got back from checking the fuse box, I mean, you'd already left.
Not a moment too soon.
Would you stop the damn tap dancing and tell me why you're angry with me? Look, if you're not straight with me right now, I'll never know what happened between us.
Forget about me, Miguel. Just go.
I am not leaving you, Charity. All right, I know you're going to be okay.
How can you say that? Every time I open my eyes, I have these horrible, awful visions.
If you're afraid to look at me, then feel your hand in mine. And know that I'll be holding it when you go home.
If they let me go home.
They will. All right, you're only here so Dr. Russell can figure out why you've been having those visions. And once they come up with a reason, everything's going to be okay again. I promise.
Charity? Dr. Russell. I have a colleague here with me. Dr. Watts. She's going to run some tests on you.
We're going to do everything we can to determine what's causing these visions of yours.
Miguel? You mind?
I'll be waiting outside.
Listen, Grace told me what happened. I got here as soon as I could.
Charity is so afraid that she's losing her mind.
Miguel, try not to worry so much. Eve is a first-rate doctor, and there's a lot of wonderful doctors here, too. And they're all doing everything they can to make sure Charity's fine.
They have to, because I can't live without her.
I know how you feel. I mean, I love Charity like she's my own daughter, and she's part of the family now. I know that Kay and Jessica would be devastated if anything happened to their cousin.
All I have to do is cut a hole in this doll's backside, and then I can stuff the bird inside.
Tell them to do something. Help Timmy. Stay calm, Timmy.
I can't believe you, Kay. If you take that doll with the bird inside into the hospital, Charity will hallucinate more. And then the doctors will think she's really crazy for good. Charity will be making baskets, and I'll have Miguel. I just love happy endings, don't you? I know what you're doing to Charity, and you're not going to get away with it.
I would hold the hand of the one who could lead me places, and kiss the lips of the one who could sing so sweet. And I would fly on the wings of a bird I knew could take me high as breathe in, breathe out. But keep me alive. You are the fire burning inside of me. You are my passion for life.
Charity's not the only one who's delusional, Jessica. You are, too, for thinking I'm doing anything to our poor cousin. You're making Charity act crazy. How? By showing her your last yearbook picture? I know it's in here somewhere. What? Whatever you're using to make Charity look like she's going crazy. this doll? What are you doing with it? It was just in here. Tabitha must have left it here the last time she was here. I don't know. I don't believe you.
Uh-oh.
You are up to something with this doll. I know it.
Oh, wonderful, Ray! Give me both of these, Lee!
I am not up to anything. Am I, Emma? Well, it's true that we found the doll in the room, and we were just deciding what to do with it. See, Jessica? I'm not the mean witch you think I am.
Not yet, anyway.
Maybe I can't prove you're up to no good yet, but I'll be watching you, and one day you'll slip up, and I will nail you good. Just go away and leave us alone. My pleasure. You know, I finished all my homework, so I'm going to go to the hospital and check on Charity. That was close. Now to finish what I started before I was so rudely interrupted. All I have to do is make sure Charity stays locked up long enough for Miguel to forget her and fall in love with me. And another screaming fit, courtesy of this bird, should do the trick. I can't let you do this, Kay. Oh, not this again. I know I agreed not to tell anyone what you're doing to Charity, so you'd help me with Chad, but this time, you've gone too far. Charity, thanks for not telling TC that I was the woman in your visions with Julian Crane.
I knew it wasn't true, and I didn't want to upset you or Coach Russell. You guys have been so good to me.
Charity, I'm ready if you are.
Eve, how are things going in there?
Well, Dr. Watts is an excellent psychiatrist, so she should have a clear diagnosis of Charity's mental state soon.
Honey, listen to me. Everything's going to be okay, all right?
Hey, the administration office wanted to talk to you. They have some questions about Charity's insurance.
Okay, I'll go check on it now. Beat me if you need me.
Okay.
Sweetheart, you look worn out. This whole thing with Charity is really taking a toll on you.
Oh, TC, you have no idea.
And, baby, I know I wasn't helped earlier by being so upset. But it all seems so silly now. For one crazy minute, I thought that Charity's visions about you in bed with Julian Crane were true. And, baby, I'm sorry. I know there's no way in hell that my beautiful wife could ever be involved with a bastard like Julian Crane.
How would Sheridan know about the imposter if you don't tell him?
It is so obvious, Julian. You're so pathetic not to see it.
What? The imposter's not talking. I convinced Sheridan the best thing for her was to leave Harmony, return to Europe. There's not the slightest chance she and Luis will see each other before she leaves, much less have some heart-to-heart talk. And that's the only way that she'd ever realize it wasn't Luis she overheard on the wharf because he wasn't there. No. I think you just enjoy watching me squirm. I haven't overlooked a thing.
Yes, you have, Julian. Love.
Love? Is that what you think will undo Father's plan? Love? Oh, he'll get a kick out of that one.
You know, I never realized it before. But you honestly don't know the first thing about love, do you?
And you do?
I shouldn't be surprised. All you've ever cared about is power and money. Still, I can't help but pity you. You've lived your whole life without love.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I know more about it than you do.
God, you've been reading up on it, have you?
I'm only going to say this once, Julian. So listen very carefully. If it is real love between Sheridan and Luis, if it's gone that far between the two of them, then you and Alistair, you will never keep them apart.
I mean, why did you slap me, Sheridan? Why did you turn on me out of the blue?
It wasn't out of the blue, Luis. I mean, the signs were all there. I just refused to see them.
The signs? What are you talking about?
I was a fool. I should have kept my guard up, especially after what happened with Jean-Luc.
Oh, now you're going to compare me to some dirtbag that you know from Paris?
You're the cop. You figure it out.
You know, I don't know what's going on in that crazy blonde head of yours. And frankly, I don't care. Not when you lump me in with some French guy named Jean-Luc.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
Well, then you don't know the first thing about me.
You can say that again.
I should have seen this coming.
You and me both.
You know, I'm here on official police business, not to discuss my personal life.
Fine, officer.
So, just sign the statement about how my father's imposter kidnapped you on New Year's Eve, held you hostage at gunpoint, blah, blah, blah. I need you to sign it so I can be considered for promotion to detective.
Anything to make you leave.
Anything you want to add to that?
This isn't the whole story.
What do you mean?
You left out the part about saving my life at the cost of the man you thought was your own father. That was an extraordinarily noble thing to do.
I was just doing my job. Just sign the damn thing so I can get out of here.
Is that all it ever was to you, Luis? Just a job? Nothing more?
No. For a while before things went haywire, I was hoping it was more than a job. Much more.
Okay, please, give up on your plan and drive Charity crazy. It isn't right. And deep down inside, you know that.
Ow! Crash test dummies have it easier than this.
Not right? I'll tell you what's not right, Simone. It's not right that Charity waltzed into my life and took everything that I care about. She didn't mean to. Charity doesn't know that... And that makes it okay? No, I'm just saying... I don't want to hear what you have to say, Simone. You have no idea what I go through. You don't know what it's like to be the middle child. Nobody cares about me. Nobody cares if I'm happy or not. Well, I'll tell you what, I am through with being the doormat that Charity wipes her ruby slippers on. But you're deliberately trying to have Charity committed. I don't want Charity dead, Simone, and I don't even want her to get hurt. But I am not gonna let her take Miguel away from me. If she did, my life would be over. I'd end up like Tabitha, with some stupid doll and a mangy cat.
Hot bug. Timmy's not stupid.
I'm not evil, Simone. I'm not some ugly old witch with warts all over my face.
Someone needs sensitivity training.
I'm just a normal teenager fighting for the boy I love. I get that, but it's not normal trying to drive someone insane. Charity was on her way to Toontown before I got here. I'm just helping her get there quicker. Come on, check that bird, see if there's anything in there that's making her go crazy. I don't see how there could be. And I don't smell any weird paint or varnish either. I think Jessica's right. There's something in this room that is affecting Charity. Well, Charity's mom was always really into evil forces. Maybe there's evil somewhere in this room, lurking. Evil. Oh, evil. Come out wherever you are. Maybe it's under the bed.
This is it, Timmy. We're done for.
No! Grace, having amnesia, do you ever wonder what would happen if something from your past came out? If something so terrible that it threatened your marriage?
Well, you know, I have to think that if I'd done anything in my past before I met Sam, that he'd understand and forgive me. I'm just like TC would forgive you. And we both have such strong marriages that I can't believe that there's anything in our past that would ever threaten them. But lately I've wondered if Sam has someone in his past. Someone that he loved before he fell in love with me. I think that's why I had that crazy dream up at the ski lodge.
The one where Sam was with another woman?
I think it started when I saw Sam and Ivy kissing at Christmas. And then she was in his arms again on New Year's. Talk about silly.
mean, the idea of you and Julian having a past is just as absurd as Sam and Ivy having a past.
Now, where were we? Oh, yes. I was listening to your ludicrous ramblings about love lasting forever.
Well, it can, Julian, despite what you think.
The present is all I care about. The future will take care of itself, as long as you don't go blabbing to Sheridan about Louise's double.
I said I wouldn't, for Ethan's sake.
Well, we have nothing to worry about then, do we? Sheridan and Louise will never know what really drove them apart.
Oh, delude yourself all you want to, darling. But when love wins, and it will.
Don't say I didn't warn you. Now, I have to go to the hospital for a board meeting. I expect you to be there before it starts so we can discuss the new pediatric wing you're donating.
Thank you for being so generous with my money.
Well, at least you're well endowed with something. Yes. Please bring the car around. I'm ready to leave now.
My. There seems to be a police car at Sheridan's cottage. I wonder if the officer's anyone we know.
What? It must be Louise. What the hell is he doing here?
Louise must have followed his heart.
Father's plan.
I told you love would win out, Julian. And it didn't take years for Louise and Sheridan to find each other again, only a day. I wonder how long it'll take them to realize what really drove them apart in the first place.
Sheridan Crane. Oh, don't worry. I intend to use the very rich Miss Sheridan Crane for my own ends.
Where do I sign?
What? Oh, right. Statement. Yeah. Just sign here. Well, this closes the Martin Fitzgerald imposter case, and since you won't be working at the youth center anymore, I don't see any reason why our paths should cross again.
Yeah, well, goodbye and good riddance.
Yeah. You know, I don't know why you turned on me, Sheridan, or why you seem to hate me. But I'd be lying to you if I said that I hate you. I don't. And I hope you find someone who makes you happy. Hey, and if that turns out to be my buddy Hank, I'm glad for you. I just wish you the best.
Louise, wait.
Evil, I know you're under there. Stop being silly, Kay. Now, I don't believe in witches and goblins and whatnot. But I don't believe evil is hiding under Charity's bed either.
Oh, well, I don't either.
That's what you think.
You know, Charity had weird vibes in other places. Tabitha's house and the book cafe and...
Your mother's shop?
Yeah.
But the bird statue was there that time. Maybe the bird statue is some kind of weird bad luck charm for Charity. I say we get rid of it once and for all.
Don't listen to her, Kay.
How many times do I have to tell you, Simone? I'm doing this for Charity's own good. Now, to finish what I started before Jessica so rudely interrupted me.
Quick, Caliber! Call the governor! Timmy needs a stay of execution! Don't do it, Kay. Find another way.
I just realized something. Jessica saw me with this doll earlier. If she sees it at the hospital, she might get really suspicious.
That was close.
I'm just gonna have to use one of Charity's things instead. Oh.
Miguel gave it to her. It even has a zippered back. This is going to keep Charity's visions coming until the men in white come to take her away.
And you can't think you have any reasons to be jealous of Ivy Crane.
No, of course not. Even if Sam did have a first love, I mean, someone that I didn't know about, it couldn't be Ivy. I mean, he would have told me the minute that I wanted to be friends with her. Otherwise, I would look foolish. Sam would never allow that.
Oh, you're lucky. Not everyone's as strong as Sam. People can wait too long to speak up. And then the truth is just too much to admit to someone and expect them to be able to handle it. Not that I think for a minute that Sam's had anything to do with Ivy Crane. I mean, I never saw a man that loves his wife as much as Sam loves you.
Well, except for T.C. I mean, he worships the ground you walk on. That's why he could never believe that you have a past with Julian. I mean, it's not in you to keep a secret like that from the man you love.
I've finished evaluating Charity's mental state.
And?
You were right to bring her in for testing.
What's bothering you, T.C.? I thought I heard Charity say her visions were about Eve and Julian Crane.
Eve and Julian?
Sam, I saw red. I totally lost it. I jumped to all sorts of conclusions till Eve convinced me I must have misunderstood what Charity meant.
I know that had to be a relief.
Better believe it, man. But you know what? Lately, my temper has been getting the better of me.
How so?
Do you remember when Chad said he saw the shoes of the woman that Julian met up with at the book cafe?
Yeah, what about it?
It seems that he saw the same shoes on Whitney the very next day. She borrowed those same shoes from Eve.
T.C., I'm sure it was just a coincidence.
I know, man, but Chad seems to suggest that Eve was with Julian that night. I almost tore that boy's head off.
T.C., you gotta get a grip. There's lots of women who wear the same shoes.
Sammy, I know, but between that and between what Charity just said...
Hey, we're talking about Eve here. Eve would never cheat on you, especially with the likes of Julian Crane. Eve knows how much you hate that man.
And you know that too, Sam. Just like I told you in my office that day, it wouldn't take much for me to kill Julian. If I even thought for 1 minute that he would touch Eve, I'd rip his heart out with my bare hands.
I want to ask you something before you go. Did you really write this inscription?
Yeah. I meant every word.
How can you be so kind and thoughtful and yet be so cold and calculating? I mean, it's like you're two different people.
What are you talking about? I've always been straight with you, from day one.
Have you, Luis?
Yes, from day one, you knew how I felt about you and your family. And then I started to think that you were different. Obviously, I was wrong about you. Way wrong. And now, for whatever reason, you think that you were wrong about me.
No, I don't think it. I know it.
Now what? I mean, what makes you think that I am cold and calculating?
Okay, Luis. I'll tell you. I should have just told you at the youth center like I had planned to. Gotten it off my chest.
Go on.
The reason why I slapped you was...
Sharon! All right? I saw Luis's car. I was afraid something terrible had happened.
Luis is just here on official police business.
Oh, I see. Is there a problem, officer?
Not until you barged in.
Would you stop harassing my sister? She made it perfectly clear that she never wants to see you again.
Yeah, and she was about to say why.
As if you didn't know.
I don't.
Spare us the innocent act. My sister's too busy planning her return to Paris to waste time on a heartless lowlife like you. Now get out!
You going back to Paris?
I thought it'd be best if I left Harmony for a while.
Yes. She needs to be around people who truly care about her, people she can trust.
Oh, yeah. People like Jean-Luc. Good luck. You'll need it.
Sheridan, where are you going?
I can't leave until I tell Luis why I slapped him.
No, you can't.
As I said, it's a good thing Dr. Russell brought Charity in for evaluation. There's no doubt in my mind as to her mental state.
What are you saying? I mean, is Charity okay?
See for yourself.
I'm fine. Miguel, the shadows are gone.
Oh, yes, this is so great. I told you everything would be okay.
Thank God Charity's all right, and thank you for bringing such good news.
I want to keep Charity overnight for observation. She's much calmer now that her visions have gone.
Dr. Watts, can I have a moment with you? Sure. Did Charity happen to mention what her visions were?
No. In fact, she had trouble remembering them at all.
Excuse me, Dr. Russell. Oh, what a relief.
I couldn't imagine Eve and Julian having a past together.
Me either. I mean, I'm so glad that we didn't tell T.C. about Charity's visions about Eve and Julian. I mean, with his temper, there's no telling what he would have done to Julian. Now, there's no need for T.C. to ever know.
Sam, I just hope we don't regret not telling T.C. And Eve said that sometimes it gets too late to tell a secret. I know I wouldn't want you keeping any secrets from me.
Grace, there's something that I've been wanting to talk to you about, and, well, I guess now is as good a time as any.
What is it, Sam?
Listen, it's the station house. I better go check and see what they want. All right.
Okay, I got good news. Psychiatrist says Charity is perfectly okay. No more visions, bad vibes, nothing. Isn't it great?
It's great. I can't wait to see her.
Kay has some nerve saying what she said about witches. Have I got warts on my face? No. I'm a victim of vicious stereotyping. If I had my powers now, I'd slap that Kay so hard her hair would curl and then fall out.
Good. Timmy's mad at Kay for saying he's stupid.
Well, Kay's the dunce in this little drama. If she succeeds in getting that bird back near Charity, then little Blondie will have more visions, and she'll be committed for sure.
No, Towser, you can't let that happen to poor Charity.
For once, we're of the same mind regarding the brat. If Charity isn't around to kill Miguel soon, I'll never be able to get her over to the dark side. Come on, Timmy. We better get over to that hospital. I think something big is going to happen tonight. Something very big.
Right. What? Listen, I can barely hear you. The line's breaking up. Yeah, I know. Look, it's not going to work. I'll call you back when I get a hard line.
Let Luis leave until I clear the air between us.
Sharon, please, I thought that you wanted to be strong, that you were adamant that Luis not know how much he'd hurt you.
I was. I mean, I am. Telling Luis that I know he used me, it doesn't show signs of weakness. It's calling him on his callousness.
If you start explaining yourself, Luis will think you can't live without him. that he can lie his way back into your good graces and succor you again.
I don't see how.
Well, you never do. That's why you keep getting hurt.
I know I should stay away from Luis.
Well, just do it then. Just wash your hands of him once and for all.
I know I can't trust Luis, especially after hearing him say that he was using me.
You just put Luis out of your mind and keep him out of your life forever. I'm due at a hospital board meeting, but I'll stay with you if you feel that you need me.
No, you go to your meeting. And don't worry, I won't go running after Luis.
You don't know how relieved I am to hear you say that.
Hey, baby, let's take Sam and Grace out to dinner to celebrate Charity being okay.
Well, that's a nice idea,
I think
TC.
Sam would like that.
You know what, honey? I haven't seen you smile like that in a while. You know, I cannot say enough how sorry I am for thinking that Charity's visions were about you and Julian.
Forget it, TC. It's not worth mentioning. But if you'll excuse me, I really need to check on some other patients if we're going to go to dinner.
All right.
Isn't it great, Kay? The doctor said Charity's fine, so there's nothing keeping her and Miguel apart.
Isn't it great news, Kay?
It's great. Look, I brought you a little something from your room to make you feel more at home.
Oh, that's so thoughtful. Thank you.
That's really cool, Kay. You're really great to your cousin.
Well, when it comes to Charity, there's nothing I wouldn't do.
Knows where her beloved husband is, and that he's with his old love, Ivy Crane.
Is that what it is? Tomorrow in the morning? Police business. I'll be off in a few minutes.
We'll make it quick, Sam.
Ivy, what in the hell are you doing?
Oh, I know what you said at the cabin, Sam, but I just couldn't stay away. I couldn't.
Like Luis is two different people. One so kind and thoughtful, and the other one so cruel and heartless. How could I have been so wrong about Luis? How?
What am I doing? There's no reason to see Sheridan again. Yeah, there is. She never did say why she slapped me. And I'll be damned if she's going to leave harm me without telling me why.
Dr. Watts?
Yes?
I'm Charity's cousin, Kay. Mom, Dr. Russell said that you can find anything to explain Charity's visions.
I think they were a manifestation of the stress she feels since losing her mother last year.
Well, thanks for calling me in. I mean, after everything that Charity's been through, I'm actually considering a career in psychology.
If I can be of any help, just let me know.
Well, I mean, I was curious about one thing. Charity's visions went away so quickly. What if they came back just as fast? I mean, would she have to be institutionalized? And if so, for how long?
If Charity has another episode like the one Dr. Russell described, she would need extensive and perhaps long-term treatment. Excuse me.
Did you hear that, Simone? Extensive, long-term treatment. Miguel is as good as mine.
You can't do this, Kay. You have to get that bird statue out of Charity's room before it starts affecting her again.
You know, Sam must still be on the phone. I'm going to find him and tell him that you and Eve want to take us out to dinner.
All righty.
Ivy, I want you to leave right now. I love my wife, and I'm not going to hurt her.
I can't help it, Sam. I still love you. And I know you have feelings for me.
Listen, you are playing with fire. Julian would destroy you if he caught you cheating on him.
If he caught me, Sam. But he won't. There's no way for Julian to know that you and I are together.
Look who's here, Timmy. Ivy's husband, Julian. Oh, this gives me a chance to do a little bit of mischief. Are you looking for your wife, Mr. Crane?
As a matter of fact, I am.
Oh, I just happened to see her. She went into that office at the end of the corridor.
I know you still love me, Sam. I felt it at the ski lodge. Say you feel it too.
You okay?
No, not again. The bird statue is starting to affect Charity again.
Like clockwork. Cuckoo clockwork. Oh, it won't be long for Miguel's mind forever.
Please don't hurt her, please. Please leave her alone. Please don't do this.
My worst fears are coming true, Timmy. Charity may be committed before TC finds those naughty photos of Eve. I want the good lot to destroy, but not at the cost of losing Charity to a mental ward. I need her and her powers for the dark side.
Sounds like it's too late. Sweet Charity is heading for the Looney Bin for sure.